Okay, so have you ever had this problem where you post an academic job and it's like nobody applies? Like, you put all this effort into the description and list all the qualifications, but the applications just aren't coming in.
Yeah.
It's super frustrating. Well, maybe today's deep dive will have an answer.
Oh, yeah.
Today we're talking about job titles for academic positions
Interesting.
and how important it is to get them right.
Mm.
We'll be checking out an article by Jarrod Kanizay,
Oh, okay.
the CEO of academicjobs.com.
Interesting.
He really knows what he's talking about when it comes to getting academic jobs out there and noticed.
I see.
The interesting thing about this article is how Kanizay frames this whole problem.
Okay.
He basically says that job ads are like mini marketing campaigns.
Right.
You're not just posting a position, you're trying to attract the best people out there in a really competitive market.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to sell the job.
Exactly. And one thing he really hates, which I totally get, is when people use these really generic job titles like professor or lecturer, without any more detail.
Uh-huh.
And when you think about how people look for jobs online,
Yeah.
it makes sense why that's a problem.
Right.
Like I imagine someone who's like a biochemist, a really specialized biochemist, and they're looking for a position. They're probably going to search for something like biochemistry professor,
Right.
not just professor.
Definitely.
It's like trying to find a specific book in the library, but the only thing on the spine says book.
Oh, yeah.
You'll never find it.
Good luck.
And Kanizay actually calls out these recruiters who just copy and paste straight from HR forms.
Oh, wow.
Which, I get, it's easier, but it creates all these vague titles
Right.
that just get totally lost online.
Makes sense.
And this is where the idea of keywords comes in.
Oh, yeah.
So search engines like Google use these specific words to match up job seekers with the right listings.
Okay.
So if your title is something like Professor of Biomedicine, it's way more likely to show up when someone searches for that,
Right.
as opposed to just Professor.
Uh-huh.
Now, Kanizay does give us a good tip for when you can't be super specific about the specialty in the title.
Okay.
He says to include the faculty or the department.
Oh, I see.
So instead of just professor, you could put Professor Faculty of Medicine.
Okay.
It's not perfect, but it gives people some context.
I see.
They immediately know, oh, this is in the Faculty of Medicine.
Uh-huh.
So maybe it's related to what I'm looking for.
Right.
Now think about it. Have you ever been on the other side of this, where you're searching for a job online and all the postings look exactly the same?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's like the worst.
Definitely. It's so frustrating.
So frustrating. So this really shows us how important this is from the job seeker's point of view.
Yeah.
A good, clear title can make a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the article mentions this stat that's kind of scary. It says that a poorly written job title can actually cost you 50% of your potential candidates.
Oh, wow.
That's half the people who could have applied.
That's a lot.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is not something to mess around with.
Right.
So anyone out there who's posting academic jobs,
Yeah.
take Kanizay's advice seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Your job title is the first thing people see. Make it count.
Absolutely. And you know what? If you're looking for a good platform to post those higher education jobs, academicjobs.com.
Oh, yeah?
The site run by the author of the article we're talking about seems like a really good option.
Makes sense.
They clearly know what they're doing.
So think about it. How can you use these insights about job titles in your own job search or when you're hiring?
It's something to really consider.
Definitely food for thought.
Yeah, food for thought.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, and we'll catch you next time.
See you later.
Bye.